Welcome to the Joy of Cooking podcast. Each week we set the table for a discussion about recipes and stories from the authors of The Joy of Cooking, kitchen victories and misadventures, and what we're cooking and eating right now. We're glad you've joined us at the table today. I'm Shannon Larson, home cook, Joy of Cooking user and fan, and Hasselback potato enthusiast.
I'm Megan Scott, co-author of the 2019 edition of The Joy of Cooking. I'm a food editor by day and avoider of dish duty by night, and I finally broke my pie crust curse.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
I'm John Becker, fourth-generation co-author and steward of The Joy of Cooking, America's oldest family-run cookbook, and I realized this week that I need to promote gumbo awareness among my Pacific Northwest peers and loved ones.
Gumbo awareness.
Yeah. So as we mentioned last week, we made gumbo for Thanksgiving. That was our contribution. And it turned out great. It was delicious.
Yeah, it was a really good batch.
But can you explain the trouble?
So, it was kind of a serve yourself situation, like in my cousin's kitchen, and everybody was fishing out the seafood and putting it on the rice, and like very little broth made it into the bowls. And I was really confused by this. And so I think it's an excuse to just make gumbo for every family occasion. Yeah, I don't know.
We got to train them.
Wait, so they were just picking and choosing the meat?
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
But the broth is like...
I know the broth is where it's at.
Yeah.
Like, that's the flavor.
Yeah, you spent a long time doing that roux,
Yeah.
Yeah, people have to appreciate it.
It never occurred to me that people just may not know about gumbo and like how to eat it, or...
I just feel like it's a stew. Like you just get a ladle.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You would think. I hope they're not listening to this.
Shame.
What about you, Shannon? What did you work on last week? What did you contribute to your family's Thanksgiving?
I was going to point out, so we did a very non-traditional Thanksgiving with like roasted lamb and a beaten lentil salad, and it was
Sounds
just
great.
fantastic. It was so good. It's like food that I want to eat. Well, I don't eat lamb very often, but like it was great and different. But we made the broccoli rabe recipe from The Joy, and the blanching of it made it so much better. My 8-year-old nephew was like gobbling it down.
Really?
Like, he ate the majority of the broccoli rabe. We also added a lot of garlic and yummy stuff on top. But like, I feel like that is how I'm going to be cooking it from here on out. Like blanch it, then roast it. It was so tender and so good.
Yeah, that really tames the bitterness.
Yeah, it just made it really enjoyable, like to the point that my nephew Bernie was like looking forward to the leftovers the next day.
Bernie is such a good name for a kid.
He's such a good kid too. He's so funny.
Broccoli rabe eating kid.
And he listens to
after
this
my own heart.
podcast. So hi, Bernie.
Hi, Bernie. So fun.
I wanted to shout out, we also made sourdough bread and then paired it with we did that Bulgarian sheep's cheese that we all like with labna, and we used harissa in it too. And my brother-in-law almost ate the entire thing. Like it was so easy, but it was very like impressive as well. So I highly recommend
Love that kind of recipe.
You just put feta, labna, and like lemon juice and garlic into a food processor, and we added some harissa paste in the food processor and then topped it as well. And it was great. So
awesome.
Thanks for
Sounds
your
successful.
ideas.
It's honored to contribute in the
Yeah.
idea department.
Well, other than Thanksgiving stuff, we did something we haven't done in a while this week, which is we hate cooked a recipe.
Oh,
It didn't start out that way.
I love it when you hate cook recipes, though. I like hearing John's.
It did not start out as
We didn't go into it thinking that it was going to turn into a hate cooking affair.
But I feel like by the time we were almost done, we were almost at blows with each other. Like we were both. There was something about the way it was written that, and I'm not going to name and shame because that just feels rude, but there was something about the way it was written where we kept having to read the instructions over and over and over because they were really long. And there was like a specific sequence you had to add things in. And it's like paragraph style. So I feel like I read the recipe 50 times in the kitchen. And that was after reading it 2 or 3 times before even getting into the kitchen. And it was a really simple recipe.
It's a really simple process. Like the technique that was tripping, that they really kind of didn't communicate well. It's a really simple technique that I've done before. And I don't know, there was just something about the way that it was, printed on the page that, yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Did it taste good at the end?
It was,
It was
really good.
good.
Oh, okay.
It was a fantastic combo of flavors. It was great.
But there was a component of the recipe that I'm going to make for sure again. I don't know if I'll ever make that recipe again, but there was like a roasted cabbage component where you put butter, like a little bit of butter, and break it up into small pieces and put it in the cabbage wedges and then roast that at pretty high heat.
Yeah, like between the leaves.
Was delicious.
Sounds
And
really
I would
good.
just eat that next time.
Yeah.
I'll just make that.
I'm going to be asking you what that was after the
Okay.
recording.
Yeah. And we also made the Joy Scouts recipe of the week, which was the Rombauer Jam Cake on page 732. It's a really fun, easy recipe. It's very retro. Like it actually has jam incorporated into the batter. So it's not like a swirl or anything. But I've already got some ideas for changes that I want to make for the next edition of the book.
I demand a swirl in the next edition. I mean, I think the testing it this time, I feel like it's called jam cake. You got to see jam.
But jam cake is a thing, and it's not a swirl. It's not necessarily swirl. Also, it has icing on it. So how do you do the icing and the jam swirl?
Oh gosh, this is where the fighting begins.
Yeah, I know, exactly. But I do have ideas. So first of all, it calls for you to sift the flour. Don't do that. Like I don't believe in doing that. I don't know how I missed that in the revision. I'm taking that out. Don't sift it. I didn't, and it was fine. Also, I like to bake by gram weights because it's just easier and less messy. And for anyone who wants to make this, the jam is the main ingredient that doesn't have a weight, and it's 200 grams of jam that you need. So write that in your copy. I'm also going to try baking it next time instead of a bundt or a tube pan, I'm going to bake it in like just an 8-inch or 9-inch.
So just like making it
square
easier and
pan.
easier.
Yeah, just making it easier, doing like a sheet cake with the icing on top. I think that would just make it easier because it's such an easy recipe. And anytime you have to unmold something, that's just stressful.
Right.
Even if it works, it's like, oh.
Apologies about the jam, the weight for the jam. I was the one who kind of spearheaded the metrics/weight conversions for the baking chapters. And, I was like, oh, well, jam, it doesn't compress like flour. So it's not going to, it didn't seem quite as essential.
It's just nice when you're already weighing everything to have that. Yeah.
You're forgiven, John.
Yeah, it's fine. We'll fix it. We'll fix it next time. Hey, Joy of Cooking listeners, did you know the same family that taught America how to cook also taught California how to make world-class Chardonnay? The same joy and passion for life that inspired Irma Rombauer to write The Joy of Cooking inspired her great-nephew, Kerner Rombauer, to establish Rombauer Vineyards. Founded in 1980 in the Napa Valley, Rombauer has been producing acclaimed wines from California ever since. While they're famous for their iconic California Chardonnay, Rombauer crafts a diverse collection of delicious wines that bring joy to your table. Ready to taste the legacy? Visit rombauer.com/joy or use code JOYPOD, all caps, for 15% off your order. That's ROMBAUER.com/joy or code JOYPOD, all caps.
Must be 21 to enjoy.
This week, we would like to welcome our guest, Coco Morante, to the table. Coco is a recipe developer, the author of the Essential Instant Pot Cookbook, the Ultimate Air Fryer Oven Cookbook, and the Instant Kitchen Cookbook, and the creator of the Lefty Spoon blog. Her recipes are featured in outlets such as People, Epicurious, Taste, Simply Recipes, and The Kitchen. She lives in Portland, Oregon with her husband and 2 daughters. Welcome to the table, Coco.
Thanks so much for having me.
It's great to have you. We have worked together for a while, it's really cool that you live here and we get to chat in person.
I know, it's so fun. I feel like I live in the cookbook world and then the Simply Recipes world, and your Venn diagram is both of those, so it's really fun.
Yeah, and for Simply Recipes, you're like the master of extremely simple but extremely tasty recipes, which is a huge skill for a recipe developer, I feel.
That's so nice.
But yeah, anyone listening can find a trove of Coco's recipes on simplyrecipes.com, and they're really great and family friendly. What have you been cooking this week?
Well, Thanksgiving was last week, so we didn't do like a Thanksgiving with my family or my husband's family. They were all in other places. So we invited my friend who we did a nanny share with a few years back when our kids were like 18 months to 3 years old. So they're besties, and then the mom and I are really good friends too. So it was just like super low key, and we're both good cooks. So that part of it was
really
nice. It was like a solidly delicious Thanksgiving dinner with just people you like. Yeah.
Yeah.
We had a really nice time. Yeah.
What did you make?
I made like the hits. I made sourdough and then I did a stuffing. And I made sourdough rolls and turkey, gravy,
You did do all the hits.
cranberry sauce, cranberry relish. Yeah, all that stuff. And then Amy brought green beans and sauteed those with shallots and olive oil and lemon juice and a little bit of salt. And that was like perfect green beans. Yeah. And then, wine for the grown-ups and apple cider for the kids. And we got pies from Cookie McCake Face.
I don't know who that is.
She's the best. She it's like Bodie McBoatface, but make it cookies. Yeah, so she has a food cart down at the Heights in Woodstock, and she mostly does cookies. And they're like hockey puck sized cookies. They're delicious. But she did a collab with one of the other food carts for Thanksgiving, and they were coordinating on these like amazing pecan pies that were her grandma's recipe. So those were really good. And then we got a kabocha pumpkin pie from Cornet Custard.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
I didn't know they were doing Everyone's in the Pie game this year.
My husband like tracks down all of the sweets in Portland. So he just like traveled, all around the Southeast picking up delicious desserts. And we had those with like the malt ice cream from Cornet. And it was so good, so good.
Yeah, that sounds like a fantastic meal.
Yeah. Hard to compete with that. I don't know how we're gonna top it next time, but yeah, I mean, you guys did like totally off the wall Thanksgiving dinners. That sounds so fun.
Yeah, I think ours was just inspired. Well, it was inspired by us not wanting to make a turkey.
So last year we got roped into doing like extra turkey. So there was a main turkey, and we were told to bring more turkey.
Sidecar turkey.
And sidecar turkey.
Like 0 turkeys
So-
this year.
Yeah, no turkey.
We were just proactive about it, and it was like, you were the one who chose gumbo, but
Yeah,
the
and
rest of it was pretty traditional. I mean,
Yeah, there were all the things you'd expect, and then a pot of gumbo. So
well, and you did a pie as
I
well.
did a pie. I did a chocolate chess pie.
And your crust worked.
Yeah, and the crust worked.
job.
Yeah, I finally got the flaky crust that I used to be able to make. And I was able to remove it from the pie pan. I did the sturdy pie challenge. So we had previous guest Erin McDowell was talking about her sturdy pie challenge. And so I was able to do that, and that was very fun. I got pics to prove it.
Well, yeah, you did it twice in 1 week for different events.
Just feeling empowered, I guess. Coco, what is your relationship to the joy of cooking?
Yeah, so funny enough, my family was a Fannie Farmer cookbook family, but I feel like growing up, like 90s kid, every family I know either had The Joy of Cooking or Fannie Farmer or The Settlement cookbook. That was like all of my friends' parents had one of those. And so my best friend Sarah's mom was a Joy of Cooking person. So whenever we went over to their house, like something on the table was definitely from your book.
So you've eaten from it.
Yeah, and when we would make stuff at her house, me and Sarah would do like the mac and cheese or the brownies or pancakes and like all the basic stuff. So we cooked those things, and then her mom was more in like the dips and the cocktails and all that. Yeah.
Nice. In good company with Fannie Farmer. Very.
I know I was actually at an antique market this past weekend up near Camino Island, and I found A Joy of Cooking next to the Fannie Farmer cookbook.
Makes sense.
Yeah, they have a lot of similarities. Like just skimming through both of them, it's pretty funny. Yeah. But I don't know. I think Joy of Cooking is more party.
Yeah, I think so too. I definitely the cocktails chapter, the presence of a cocktails chapter, and then there's like more entertaining information in there. Yeah. Which I'm trying to figure out how this is a little off topic. Well, nothing's off topic. This is a podcast, but I think we're like trying to think of how do we evolve the cocktails chapter, because a lot of cocktail recipes are very, basic and essential. So you're not really straying far from the million other cocktail recipes out there. But anyway, this is a problem that we're going to have to fight about later.
I'm guessing you'll have a few people who are more than happy to talk through this and test it with you.
Yeah, I feel like that's likely.
Volunteer. Sounds great.
We'll be sure to let you know when we're going through that chapter.
Can you talk about your upcoming book?
Yeah, yeah. So it's the Instant Kitchen Meal Prep Cookbook. And I wrote it wanting to have a template for getting through like busy weeks. And also because a lot of my girlfriends were also saying that they wanted a cookbook like that. So
Yeah, I think that's a very common issue that you run into. It's hard to think of what to make for dinner every day.
yeah. It's hard to think of what to make for dinner. Like a lot of the time, I was just dreading 3 p.m. when somebody was going to ask me, "What's for dinner? What's for dinner tonight?"
It's very funny because I have a Substack newsletter and I have a series called Dinner Thoughts. And it's because every day at around 3, John would peek into the office when I was at work and be like, "Dinner thoughts?" And I would just have a meltdown because I was like, "I don't know. Don't ask me that question."
Yeah, I put it that way because it was a little bit, like more whimsical or something than like what's for
I
dinner.
think the way you asked it was fine. It was just my reaction was not.
It was pretty dramatic.
Yeah.
More
Not
often
again.
than not. Yeah.
But like, how do you work through those feelings of just burnout or just not having any ideas about what you want to make?
Yeah, just like the most pragmatic way we deal with that is having a chest freezer with like Trader Joe's aisle prepared stuff for the nights when I'm just completely done. Because my husband can heat those up. He can do that. So it's just like Fridays, I feel like a lot of the time. I'm just like, yep, I'm done with the meal planning and the executing all of this stuff. And so we just, we heat up that kind of stuff sometimes. But as far as like getting inspired, I don't know. It's just, I feel like it's on the weekends where I feel like my brain is more open to thinking about that versus the weekdays when there's so much going on. So I think, on like Saturdays or Sundays, that's when I'm thinking about what do I want to make and just like writing notes down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are your favorite Trader Joe's freezer items to stock?
Yeah. The Kung Pao chicken is a big one.
Solid.
It's solid. We use one of the sauce packets, not two. And it's like plenty saucy. And same goes for, there's like a chicken and shiitake mushroom and edamame one that we do a lot, which is milder, so my kids can eat that one. They're not really like completely spice averse, but my littlest, if she tastes like any bit of spice, she'll be like, "It's spicy." Okay.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's sad.
Well, they've got to build up
build
the
up
tolerance.
tolerance. Sure.
Yeah.
She has like part Mexican heritage and part Irish and part Jewish. So like, I don't know, maybe my other kid got more of like the chili peppers.
Yeah.
But we like those. What else? Yeah, I feel like the gyoza, just that's like every other week we're heating those up.
Yeah,
We
you
have
got to
that.
have dumplings.
We have that in our freezer all the time. All the time.
Yeah, I feel like we've talked about that about 4 million times on
Yeah.
this podcast about the
Dumplings.
dumplings. Yeah.
I mean, it's just the way to go when you're like, I don't know. That or, I don't know, for us, macaroni and cheese and
Yep.
peas, you know?
Yeah, totally. Yes, mac and cheese is one of my girls' favorites. And more often than not, they're asking me for the boxed kind.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard that as a common sentiment. Like, you can have a killer mac and cheese recipe, but kids want the box.
Yeah. Like my little one likes homemade gourmet mac and cheese. So that's where she gets her, like, her cred. And then my older one is like, is it the gloppy kind?
Oh, no.
Floppy means good.
Yeah, right.
Have you tried like the roux-based like mac and cheese that is the gloppy kind, or have you actually tried the the evaporated milk one?
Yeah, I mean, we've done both.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I grew up making the bechamel and then adding a ton of cheese and doing it that way. And then more recently playing around with like different non-roux based mac and cheese. My youngest is fine with anything cheesy and gooey.
Same girl. How are you going about like raising open-minded eaters? Because I know like kids kind of have their own palate going on. Like you can make amazing food and they may or may not be cool with that.
Yeah. I think just like keeping it really low key. I find that the more excited I am about something, they just pick up on that instantly and they're like, I don't want it.
Wow.
So you have to be so like cool about it. Like I'll just put stuff on my plate and start eating it, and then they'll get curious. Like more often than not. Oh gosh, yeah. The other day I made myself toast for breakfast and I put tahini and honey and salt on top.
Yum.
And my younger one would never just like ask for that. Or if I put it down in front of her, she would not like it. But she saw me, having my coffee and eating my fancy toast, and she came over and ate about half of it off of my plate. So I don't know. It's like psychological warfare.
Okay. Just play it real cool then.
Yeah, so was there a question like she's like, "What is that?" And you're like, "Oh, I don't think you'd like it."
Yeah. I just go, "Oh, it's my toast." Yeah.
Nice.
I actually kind of love that.
I love it too.
So I was talking to my mom. So my mom is a very just great home cook, and she cooked almost every night for a family of 5, like when I was growing up. And I was just like, man, how does she do? Because her food was always really good. I remember always liking it a lot, but it's like so much work to cook, 5 nights a week, 6 nights a week. And so I texted her today and I was like, did you have a list of recipes that you were working from, like a repertoire? And she was like, yeah, I had a list. And every once in a while, I would add a new thing to the list and try it out and see how everyone liked it. And then she was like, do you remember me making corn dog casserole? And I was like, no, I don't remember that at all. And I guess she made it a few times. And I guess I liked it and my sisters liked it, but she and my dad didn't love it. So that got taken out of the rotation. But she sent me a picture. She still had the recipe in her binder.
Okay,
and she sent me
I am so curious.
So, yeah, does it involve like a Jiffy cornbread mix?
Yeah, cornbread
and
mix
hot dogs,
and hot dogs cut into like smaller pieces. And then weirdly, it had a lot of celery in it that I just thought seemed very odd for like a corn dog casserole.
kudos
She said
for
she left
getting
that
the
out. She did not put the celery in, which was probably a good move. But anyway, yeah, that was her strategy, was like just keeping a big list of stuff that we like to eat and kind of beefing it up every once in a
I
while.
think I need to adopt that. I mean, it's just me and my husband, but I still feel like completely wiped out at that 3:00 dinner thoughts question. Like, we need a running list of like, this is baked potatoes.
Yeah.
We do that. We just did that last night.
I love
like,
that as a
Well, there's
as a meal.
also the hate cooking approach. I mean,
Yes.
I know you're a fan of that.
just putting it out there. The repertoire can always be expanded in a hateful direction.
I'm gonna hate cook corn dog casserole.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'll
I
send
feel
you
like
the
I kind of
recipe.
like it.
It didn't sound bad. It sounded like a lot of bread for like a main,
Yeah.
main dish. Very bready, but it could be fun. We could do another party like that, the one you did where it was like childhood. Was it childhood
Yeah.
foods or
Yeah,
something?
we should do that. That would be
Yeah.
really fun.
Then everyone can try it and no one person has to be stuck with the
Yeah,
whole
I don't want a whole
casserole.
pan of that.
No. Okay, recipe development question. What do you keep in mind when you're writing recipes for real world kitchens and real world families?
Oh, that's such a good question. I think one thing I like to keep in mind is what people have in their pantry and what they're comfortable shopping for. And that can kind of dictate how creative and how much deliciousness can we get into something that has really simple instructions and also has accessible, foods that aren't going to intimidate somebody or keep them from making a recipe. Yeah, and I don't know, I do a lot of this like air fryer and instant pot stuff for my cookbooks. And also in real life, we're constantly using those appliances. But when I'm pitching recipes to Simply Recipes, I'm just thinking about like basic kitchen, equipment, not so much on the like technological gadgets and all of that. So, just like real easy stuff. I'm never using like a specific mold or a strange size of pan that somebody might not have, and my own kitchen is pretty much pared down to that type of stuff too. I think pretty mindfully, just from the type of recipe development that I've been doing for the last 10 years. It's kind of like, yeah, that's all sort of formed as a result of that. So things have gone to the goodwill that were like fun little like passions in my 20s that I no longer was into. Like, we haven't used a sous vide, like an immersion circulator, in years.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's not around anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we have several uses for the immersion circulator, and none of them are like what they're sold to, to do. It's
I'd be so curious. What do you do?
well, we do like the low temperature processing for pickles. Like if you process pickles at 180 degrees for 30 minutes as opposed to, boiling temps for, shorter processing time, they end up getting really crisp. I feel like the creme anglaise.
Creme anglaise, which we
Like,
do, we
in a
make
mason
maybe
jar?
once a year. Yeah, we'll make that in a mason jar. It's the creamiest creme anglaise that you've ever had. It's delicious.
That's awesome.
Actually, I think Marina Bood was talking about using it as a incubator
for yogurt?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that would work.
But
yeah, we don't pull ours out very often either
yeah,
anymore. Yeah, we don't really use it for meat.
the game changers of yesteryear.
I know.
Actually, speaking of gadgets, how did you come to the Instant Pot cookbook game? Were you like kind of into pressure cooking before you got into that, or?
Yeah. So back when I lived in the Bay Area, I had a group of like foodie blogging food media friends, and we would all meet up and work from a cafe every week. One of us got into the Instant Pot first. I think it was my friend Michelle. She does Nom Nom Paleo,
Yeah,
her blog. And so she was saying she was using it for all this stuff. And then another friend of mine, Danielle, was using it for like completely different stuff because she's not paleo. So Michelle's making like her Kahlua pig and Danielle's doing all of her beans and rice. And I was like, well, this thing's really versatile. Okay, like I'll get on the bandwagon too. And so we got one. I think this was like 2014, I want to say. And so I started an Instant Pot Recipes Facebook page just as like a repository for my own little blog recipes, but also just to be like, hey, I found this Instant Pot recipe, and just posting other people's stuff. And that took off. Like it has like hundreds of thousands of followers. And
whoa.
So that became a platform for getting approached to write a cookbook. So it all just kind of snowballed from there.
Are you still moderating that?
Yeah, I mean, moderating is like a loose.
I don't know how they work. I don't have any. I'm not a moderator, so I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, it's like there's not too much to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of little spam emails you just kind of ignore, and little reader questions like here and there amongst all the spam emails, but it's not so bad.
For this new cookbook that you're coming out with in late December, so right around when this is going to be airing, it says that it's like for the air fryer and the Instant Pot. So I was kind of curious how many of the recipes actually use both.
Let's see. Well, I would say it's more like meals make use of both.
Okay.
So you're prepping, like, let's say your quinoa in advance. And then when it comes to the day of, you're putting air fryer roasted vegetables with that and with a dressing and tossing it together to make a salad. So I don't usually like throw something from the pressure cooker directly into the air fryer.
It's probably for the best.
Yeah, probably.
No, I don't know. I was kind of like getting inspired. It was like, let's make something like nice and tender and then get it really crispy.
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, actually, yeah. I mean, we do like Kahlua pig style like pork shoulder, and then later in the week I'll sometimes crisp it up into carnitas or something like that. So that actually does happen. That's a real real use case.
So the book has like menus for several weeks, and then is the idea that how much of it are you prepping? How much of it are you cooking the day of?
Yeah. So there's 10 weeks, and each week has a shopping list and then 4 dinners.
Nice.
And so there's a set of meal prep tasks that you do on the weekend, and those are putting together like your vinaigrettes, your no-cook sauces, cooking your grains, things that make sense to keep during the week. And then the night of, you're maybe like scooping a meatball mixture into meatballs and like cooking it in the air fryer. Mm-hmm. Things that'll take, less than a half an hour to actually put together the night of. So it's not meal prep in the sense of like, I have 10 containers of chicken and broccoli and rice.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. And it sounds like I like your approach, because I never feel like the food tastes this good when it's being reheated on the 5th day.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I think meal prep can be kind of like a loose concept. Yeah. At least that's how I think of it. Yeah. So I have those 10 weeks of plans, Monday through Thursday, and then Friday is like whatever you want. So
maybe
in the back of the book there's a bunch of like easy dinner ideas that don't require planning in advance.
Nice.
So those kind of fill in that gap. And then there's a chapter of make ahead breakfasts and just ideas for what to do to throw together, like leftover lunches and all of that. So I'm trying to kind of cover everything in the book.
And what is the book called? Do we know the title yet?
Yeah, the Instant Kitchen Meal Prep Cookbook.
Perfect.
So the last one was the Instant Kitchen Cookbook, so we're just carroting it.
Hopefully this question makes sense, but do you have any meal prep like Uber strategies? So like not specific recipes, but just broader ideas or habits that make meal prep and planning sustainable?
Yeah. One thing that has been really great for making it sustainable is delegating some stuff.
I love
Nice.
delegating.
Yeah, it's the best. So when you have all of the institutional knowledge of like what's in the fridge and what's in the pantry and how can I put that all together for dinner because I'm the only one who, cooks like that in this family, then it just all becomes your responsibility. But when you have like a tech-savvy husband and shopping lists, then he can handle that whole side of it.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah, he'll just like take a photo of the shopping list, like input it into AI, and then like it'll spit out what we need that's not in our house already because he's already like scanned everything in
Whoa.
Oh, wow.
fridge and freezer. He's like the king of apps. So, we have an app for that. So AI comes in handy on his end. Like I use my creativity and then he uses that. So every weekend he's taking our kids out and doing all the grocery shopping and that has been awesome. So I would say, yeah, like use the planning as an opportunity to like have these discussions with the people you live with to figure out which parts of this can like not be on my plate if you're the person who's been, tasked with all that.
And playing to other people's strengths as well.
Yes, the free labor. Gotta take advantage when you can.
Is that your least favorite part of meal prep and planning, the shopping list part?
I don't know. What's my least favorite? Let's see. Because I do like a lot of it. Like when I think my least favorite thing is trying to juggle all of it while like still being present in other things. So on Sundays, you have like your 12 meal prep tasks. So I've tried to give myself some leeway there. So like sometimes it's just great to have that plan and then you can veer off of it a little bit. Like, well, I didn't get to all the no-cook sauces, so I'm going to make those during the week. But it's fine because we have all the ingredients,
Yeah.
So just like, yeah, trying to balance like being there with your family. And also, you don't have to be perfect. It doesn't all have to come together exactly like it is in the plan. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good to have a little bit of flexibility about it. That's kind of my weakness is I'm very completion oriented. Like I love finishing my to-do list and it's almost like really bothers me if I don't. So I'm learning to be more flexible with my own plans.
I think too on like social media when you see like meal prepping things, it's always very like organized and everything fits into
So
containers
tidy.
perfectly. And I also am like kind of a perfectionist and I have to stop myself from worrying about it. I'm like, is the food going to taste good? That's great. That's really the goal. And do I not have to stress about it on like a Wednesday when I'm exhausted? Great. But it's hard. It's like you're always kind of comparing yourself.
Yeah.
I
Absolutely.
Hate that.
And just think like those people, that's like for social media.
I know. That's like their job,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. We're big fans of Rombauer Vineyards. They're sponsoring today's episode, actually. But honestly, their wines are fantastic with so many joy of cooking dishes. My current favorite is their Sauvignon Blanc with our cow soy gai recipe. That bright, crisp wine cuts right through the richness of the curry. It's perfect.
Oh, absolutely. Being Oregonians, we take our Pinot seriously. We're excited about their new Pinot Noir, which pairs beautifully with our chicken jambalaya. The wine has enough body to stand up to all those bold Creole flavors.
If you want to try these pairings yourself, head to rombauer.com/joy or use code JOYPOD, all caps, for 15% off. That's ROMBAUER.com/joy or code JOYPOD, all caps.
Must be 21 to enjoy.
Say you have a whole afternoon to yourself and you want to cook something more involved. What are you making?
Well, I love to do my sourdough. That's become a really nice hobby. So usually I'm getting into that or baking something. But yeah, really simple stuff, or like just thinking of, oh, here's a basic that I have been wanting to have around, like homemade stock that most weeks I don't get to. So just like comforting familiar stuff like that usually is what I do. I'm not always like branching out to try something,
You're not making a croquembouche on a random Sunday afternoon.
What is a croquembouche?
It's the tower of...
It's a labor of love.
Yeah, profiteroles.
My mother had one at her bat mitzvah.
I mean,
yeah.
they are
wow.
stunning.
They
They are
are.
beautiful and delicious.
That's a
I
lot
made
of work.
one time for a recipe test for Joy, and I will probably make one more time as another recipe test.
Okay, well, that's what I'm demanding for my birthday.
That's our recipe of the week, people. No, I'm just kidding.
You just mentioned stock making. I was just kind of curious if you ever use the Instant Pot for that.
Yes, like every time. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, here's an example. For Thanksgiving, I was realizing that I didn't really want to leave all of the gravy making until the last minute. So we had like the spatchcock turkey that had been brining with the neck and like the cut out back and one other piece, the tail that was like hanging on by a thread when it came from the store. So yeah, that got cut off. So those went in the air fryer all seasoned up for like a half an hour and then into the Instant Pot for stock in the morning. So that was like the base for the gravy, and then pan drippings went in later and it made it super easy.
How long does it take to make stock in an Instant Pot?
So there's like how long it takes under pressure, and then there's how long it takes from start to finish. So a lot of the time you'll see Instant Pot recipes and it's like cooks in 30 minutes, but okay. It's like you've got this pressurized pot of liquid and it's going to take some time to come down before you can open it. So my stocks cook for like 25, 30 minutes, and then I let the pot depressurize for like 20, 30 minutes.
Oh,
and
that's
then
still not
open
bad. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I don't think I've made pressure cooker stock in a while, but I used to really like using just a stovetop model. I would try to do bigger batches, get at least 4 or 5 quarts out of it. Yeah, have to use Instant Pot sometime.
Yeah, we've just been doing it the old-fashioned way with a stock pot. Yeah,
That's how I do it. Now I'm like, now I want to try, because when we make stock, we make like 5 to 6 quarts in our big stock pot, but it takes forever. It's delicious, but it takes a really long time. So you have to just like be home.
Yep.
And watch it and smell
Yeah.
it, which isn't the worst thing, but
Yeah, well, and it takes less time, and also if you're not home for a few hours, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's just gonna sit there on the keep warm setting, and you can get to it within like 10 hours of it finishing cooking.
I like that.
Yeah,
Nice.
big advantage.
Okay, so I did have a coworker come up to me and a friend come up to me today, and she's like, I need help before next Friday. She's in a cookbook club. This is a question for all 3 of you because you're cookbook people. And they're having a white elephant cookbook club hangout. And I said that I would ask, what would you get for a white elephant gift for a cookbook club? And I'm seeing her tomorrow, so I need really great answers.
White
So
elephant.
white elephant
trying to remember
is
what
when
this
it's
means.
kind of a joke gift,
Yeah.
or
Kind of joke, but also it can be like useful too, right? I think it can be useful, right?
Yeah.
A spiralizer.
A spiralizer?
Yeah, a Vegetti. No, I
I
don't.
just wanted to say that word.
I did not. I said it reluctantly.
I know the pressure's on, but I was like,
Yeah.
it's a good question.
No, it's
Yeah, it is
Holidays
a
are
good
coming
question.
My brother has gotten me some really cute little kitchen things over the years that I think would be fun. Like our pastry brush is called a Scully. I can't remember what company makes it. It's probably like Kickerland or like one of those ones that's in all the gift shops. And it has silicone pastry brush, the brush part. And then the head of it is like a little skull, white skull with a black top hat. That's the
That's
handle.
a good idea.
Oh, that's cute.
It's really nice, and it's like compact. It's not like you're like foisting some obnoxious thing upon somebody.
Yeah, that's better.
A spiralizer.
This is what happens when I don't have time to think about it.
The only thing I can think of is like not very funny it's very practical,
Yeah.
but it's something that I've used. We bought it kind of on a whim months ago, and I've been using it a lot and really loving it, which is this little, it's like a little metal cookbook stand that folds flat basically. So it doesn't take any space to store it. So whenever I'm not using it, I just tuck it behind something, but it props up even like it's great for Joy, like even
really?
a huge book like that. It's
nice.
really good, and it's really lightweight, and they come in fun colors. They're like, I don't know what it's metal with different
Yeah,
colors of paint
it's
on
got
it.
like an enameled
Enamel.
paint
That's what I was
surface.
looking for. But I think it was maybe $10, and
I think that's a
I've
great
used it
idea.
a ton. I don't know the brand because we got it somewhere, and I immediately took it out of the packaging.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's been great. I love it.
It's a great idea. I did see someone I don't know where I saw this, but someone brought a rotisserie chicken for a white elephant one time, and I
Really?
thought that was hilarious.
Nice.
Food safety.
I think they opened it pretty quickly.
Okay, good.
Maybe like a big jar of hollandaise mix, or no, that's just disgusting.
Go to the restaurant supply and get a big carton of potato buds, the garlic and butter flavored potato buds. Apparently, according to my hairdresser, they are really good. So actually good, but seems silly.
Ooh, or like the Kraft cheese powder.
Yeah.
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 Cheese powder. It's not from a box. Have this canister of powder.
Ooh, or popcorn salt, just like
That's a
those-
good idea.
Those things you never think to buy that you have, like when you go somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah. I like that.
I think she'll be pleased. Thank you.
Let me know if
And it was a lot of
happy with
pressure.
that.
Sorry.
I know, we really sprung that one. We didn't have time
know.
to think about it. That kind of leads us into our question of the week. So each week we answer a caller question. And this week we're talking about Portland restaurants. And this is Portland, Oregon, not Portland, Maine. So sorry if you're looking for Maine recommendations. I don't have those. Sarah, can you read the caller question?
Hi, my name's Blair, and I've loved listening to the Joy of Cooking podcast. I even listened to episode 1 and was the second subscriber. My sister and I are heading to Portland and Eugene, and we are very excited, but have never been to Oregon before. Any restaurants or sites to see that you recommend? We'll have 2 nights in Portland and 4 nights in Eugene. Thanks so much. Happy cooking.
Thanks for that question, Blair, and thanks for listening to the podcast. That's really awesome to hear. First of all, I have a huge Google map full of recommendations, like
Shocking.
so many recommendations. But I was like, this is too much information. So I wanted to narrow it down. I narrowed it down to 5 places that are my favorites. And what I was keeping in mind as I was coming up with this list is that, I have a lot of spots that I love, but that I wouldn't necessarily send somebody to who's coming from out of town because like they're special to me. But if you really want something unique to Portland, maybe not the best. So something special that you can't get anywhere else. And my list is, and I'll explain why. First of all, Lovely's 50/50. It is a pizza restaurant. It's my favorite in the world. I always want to go there every birthday, any special occasion I want to go. And don't walk in expecting pizza like you would get it anywhere else. It's not New York style. It's not Chicago style. It is Portland style pizza. The chef goes to the farmer's market every weekend, gets whatever is in season, and then tops her pies with that. So it's very seasonal. The crust is sourdough. I think it's whole wheat. It doesn't taste like whole wheat. It doesn't taste like quote unquote healthy. You know what I mean? But it's just really good crust. And I would recommend from the menu any salad. Honestly, anything on the menu is great, but we love the chicory salad. There's also a salad with blue cheese that's always on the menu. That's delicious. There's a potato pizza that is often on the menu. That's great. And then she makes ice cream as well, and all the ice cream flavors are excellent, especially the, what's your favorite? The chamomile?
Yeah, chamomile, and I think there's
Is it toffee?
toffee, right?
Yeah, that one was like a sleeper, really, really good flavor.
Yeah, I think one year she was putting chocolate, like stracciatella style not chips, but she was
Yeah.
putting that in there. And this last year she did not, and I got it with a chocolate magic shell instead, and that was delicious.
Yeah, all really good. My second place is Eam, which is it's a Thai food combined with Texas style barbecue, so very unique. I recommend the papaya salad, the white, which is legit spicy, like it is properly spicy. There's a white curry with burnt ends, so brisket burnt ends in the curry, which is excellent. I've never had anything like that anywhere else. And then they have a sweet and sour fried chicken that is very good. And their cocktails are also really great and fun. My third place is Rangoon Bistro. So Burmese food, their tea leaf salad, the large dumpling, which is a very large dumpling that's filled with like a pork filling and has a delicious sauce on it. So good. And then they have steamed ribs, which don't sound like they should be very good, but they are fantastic. And that's like our favorite thing to get.
I think about that tea leaf salad a lot.
I could eat that. I could eat that every day. I'm not joking. 4 is kachka, Russian food. So like zakuski, little like Russian drinking snacks, and they have, a full menu. So we usually get the herring under a fur coat, which is this beautiful like layered salad with like, it's got the herring, but it's got beets and egg and like just all these wonderful things. I love the Siberian pelmeni with fancy broth. Get the fancy broth. And then the golubtsi, the stuffed cabbage leaves. So good. You have to get the vodka.
Oh, yeah. They also just opened a satellite bar that's really awesome, too. So it has a smaller menu, and it's like a great place to go a little bit later at night for some really good vodka or martinis.
Nice. I haven't been there yet.
It's really beautiful.
Yeah, I need to go.
Yeah.
And my last place is Navarre, which is like, how would you describe it, Shannon? It's been around for a while.
It's been around for a long time. I don't know how I would describe it.
It's like
very Portland.
Yeah, it's very Portland. It's very small.
It's not very descriptive.
The menu is like changing almost daily because of whatever's in season and whatever they can get. And it's a very large menu, but everything's a la carte. So there's not really any composed dishes. You just have to order, like you might order, there's a braised chicken that they often have on the menu that is excellent. And you'd get that, but it doesn't have any sides. So you order your sides separately. But everything I've ever ordered there has been great.
Yeah.
And so I feel like it's a fun place because you can get lots of different things and try lots of stuff.
And when I say like it is very Portland, it does feel very Portland.
Mm-hmm.
Like it feels kind of like it's been around for a long time. It was one of those things that was when the food scene was really a big thing here. Like that was a place to go.
Yeah.
Is it
still
like a
is.
communal table there? Am I remembering that?
I think they have
Parts of it are, yeah.
Yeah, they have like one communal table and then some smaller tables in there.
Yeah.
It's just
everything
a sweet
there's
little
so good.
space. Yeah. I don't think I've had the trout.
Oh God.
I'll do that next time.
Okay.
What about you, Coco? What are your faves?
Oh, too many. Like Portland is unfairly good
know.
at food. Yeah, you have to go to a food cart pod. Like that is just a really important part of the food culture. And that's where you'll find a lot of really creative stuff. So the one that we go to most often is within like walking distance of my house is the Heist in Woodstock. And it hasn't been open very long, but it's really excellent. And I feel like it's like incredibly competitive for the carts to like hold their own and stay in there.
Yeah.
They have to be so good.
Do you have a favorite cart in there?
Yeah, I have a few. So Golden Triangle.
Yes.
Yeah, Laotian food. And their soft shell crab, it's so good. It's like stir fried and spicy and delicious. My husband has gotten it like more times than I can count.
The fact that you can even get soft shell crab at a food cart is just one of the reasons I love Portland so much.
Yeah. They're doing like high heat wok cooking. Like it's incredible what they get done in that cart. Then there's Bake on the Run is also in there. My kids love the doll. Like Chef BB is so sweet, and every time they come up, she goes, "Oh, you want samples, don't you?" She knows. And then she'll give them like her little Nutella stuffed bakes. She makes like mini ones to give out. Yeah, it's really sweet. So yeah, definitely try Guyanese food if you haven't. That's really fun. Yeah, and Bark City Barbecue. Again, like barbecue in a food cart pod. They have their setup like right behind the food cart with the big like smoker, and it's excellent barbecue. And then as far as like nicer places, like sit down places to go, Scotch Lodge is one of our favorites. It's like fancy bar food, like very high bar for bar food.
I love that space too because it's kind of like subterranean.
Yeah, it's
Cozy.
so cozy. Yeah, exactly. You like go downstairs to get in, and they have like perfect cocktails too. They're always so delicious. I haven't done their whiskey tastings, but if you're into whiskey, Blair, then that would be something to try. Let's see, Oma's Hideaway we really like. They're like not afraid of spice also. And their salad, like if there's any kind of salad on the menu, just like get that because they're really good at that. If you want to go out for like an all-out tasting menu kind of dinner, we really liked Jeju, my husband and I, when we went.
Yeah, that place is great.
Yeah.
We're going to take John's dad there when he's visiting next week. so.
Awesome. Yeah. It's like, it's a
it's a favorite.
steal. Like $75 for their tasting menu is unbelievable.
Yeah.
They have an in-house butcher who
Amazing.
has fantastic program. And yeah, the som, like the little like wrapped up meat, you get to like put all of their homemade sauces in it, and it's like his grandmother's kimchi recipe, and everything is just so good. So we'll go there for
Yeah,
sure.
I think they have like an aging chamber. I remember turning a corner looking for the bathroom, and it's like, oh wow, there's just like a whole bunch of meat aging right here. It's awesome.
Yeah. If it's nice out, Bellwether Bar.
Oh, that's on my list
yeah.
too.
I was going to put that on my list, but then I was like, it's kind of a neighborhood spot and it's a little further out than maybe a tourist
Yeah.
might want to go, but it is great.
They're
love
walking
it.
Tabor.
That's
They're,
true.
like,
If you
doing
go to
that.
Mount Tabor, which is a great park to walk around, that is a lovely place. I love them.
And then like if you want to do like nightlife, like drinks, we love Street Disco. That's a really fun one. They have natural wines and again really good cocktails. Like every restaurant and bar in Portland does good cocktails.
Yeah.
I don't know how.
It's a very expensive problem to have.
And like Dirty Pretty was a good one for cocktails.
Oh, I haven't been there.
Oh yeah, and they have a fun like happy hour with good tacos too.
Nice.
Holy Ghost we really liked, and Lulu was good. Yeah. What I just keep going and going.
Well, let's see what, Shannon, I want to hear what's on your list.
I tried
Yeah.
to like narrow it down a little bit. So Bellwether is on my list just because that's where my husband and I go. That's like our spot.
It's so cozy.
It's really cozy. It's beautiful outside in the summer, super cozy inside. It just can get a little crowded these days. They've kind of blown up, but their cocktails are incredible. And they, in my opinion, have the best burger in town.
I agree.
Yeah, it's so good. And then, of course, Jiao Ye, which have been guests on our podcast. I think that they have some of the most creative food here in Portland.
The
and
cabbage. Oh my
gosh, the cabbage is incredible.
I still think
we-
about that.
I feel like we specifically talked about the cabbage
because we
when
had
we
it
had
together
them
one
on.
time.
Yeah.
And the space is really lovely and beautiful and comforting. It's like high end, but you don't feel like it's too high end. I don't know. If you want sushi, I love Murata, which is downtown. It's been around forever. I think that Chef Murata has been there. I don't know how long it's been there, but it's just really solid, good sushi. And then Han Oak is on my list as well. It's just also a beautiful space. And we've had a couple meals there, but I remember they had a hot pot menu one time that was just so fun. Again, it almost feels like you're in somebody's house because their kids are running around and their toys are outside, and it's just lovely. And I know our producer's friends with the chef, and they're just a lovely family, and the food is awesome. But I could keep going, but I won't.
All right, John.
I feel like you guys have covered a few that I had, but I had backups. So there's that. So I definitely want to talk about Lardo because they are currently featuring our producer Sarah's meatloaf sandwich with Marshall's hot sauce barbecue sauce, and it's got ruffled chips on it and like really thick slices of pickle. Some cheddar?
Named after her
I
mom.
love a meatloaf sandwich.
So good.
This is a little late, but yeah, if you're here in December, it will still be at Lardo. But they're great anyways. They have their dirty fries are fantastic. Although please don't try to eat the entire order unless you have like lots of help. Dirty fries being so there's like fried herbs and pickled peppers and various highly browned pork products. Debris, I think is what it's called. But anyways, yeah, that's really good. Definitely check it out, especially if you have nothing to do for several hours afterwards.
A nap at the hotel.
Yeah.
Kamu Dang on Hawthorne is absolutely fantastic. They have a bami tom yum, which is like the best tom yum soup I've ever had.
I haven't had that.
Oh my God.
It is so
Shannon,
good.
It is so good. They have a dumpling soup, but you can get it with the tom yum broth.
Ooh.
That is incredible. I think it's the best tom yum I've ever had. The flavor is just perfect. It's like bright and got a little bit of sweetness in the background and a little bit spicy. I don't know. I just think it's perfect. I didn't even add anything to my broth when I got it. Like, it was great.
In the soup, there's like some 5-spice pork loin, but these like little nuggets of really crispy skinned pork belly. So it's like skin on, and it's just like really nice and puffy with all the bubbles, and it stays crispy despite the fact that it's in the soup, and it's just the whole thing just makes me happy. Let's see. Nong's Khao Man Gai. I feel like you just kind of gotta
Kinda
go there.
Quintessential
Yeah.
Portland.
It's classic. Yeah, you shouldn't leave town without that. Gado Gado, which is a sister restaurant to Oma's Hideaway. Again, like spicy food, Indonesian-ish.
Just like really flavorful.
Very,
like
very
some of the stuff is
flavorful.
spicy, but it's
Yeah.
so flavorful.
Yeah, really, really good for a semi-fancy dinner. And then, yeah, this place actually blew up like quite a bit since it got written up in the New York Times, but the Paper Bridge is really, really good. It's like one of the only Northern Vietnamese restaurants that I'm aware of, at least in Portland. The signature dish, which I'm probably going to mispronounce, bun cha, really delicious. And
they make their own rice noodles.
and
which
they make
is
their own
just
rice noodles.
Wild and so impressive.
Yeah, it's definitely like kind of leveled up Vietnamese cuisine, and you are going to pay a little extra than you would at other places in town, but it's really good.
Yeah, it's great.
Oh, hello. I just wanted to take a moment to tell you about an easy way to enhance your meals. Whether they are a healthy vegan grain bowl or that late night snack we'll pretend didn't happen the next day, and that easy way is Marshall's Hot Sauce. For 15 years, chef and cookbook author Sarah Marshall has been hand making and bottling these delicious sauces. She works directly with local farmers and highlights the lovely flavors of fresh seasonal produce. They're gluten-free, there are no additives, dyes, waxes, or binders, and they have mouth-watering combinations like serrano ginger lemongrass, or habanero carrot curry, or even whiskey smoked ghost, which was featured on Hot Ones. So head on over to marshallshotsauce.com, that's Marshall's, HAUTESAUCE.com, and see all the available sauces and spice blends. Oh, that's right. Sarah's created spice packets by dehydrating and freeze-drying actual produce, so you can impart flavor to your food with more vegetables. But that's a story for another day. Find all of these delicious creations at marshallshotsauce.com and enter HOTJOY, that's one word, capital H, AUTE, capital JOY, one word, at checkout for 20% off. That's HOTJOY at checkout for 20% off. And now, back to the show.
We should probably hit Eugene. We clearly need to go to Eugene more, but Sarah has some ideas.
Yeah, we go to Eugene pretty often because Dirk's parents live there. They're also listeners of the podcast. So hi, John and Devery. When we're there, we definitely go to Marche Provisions. It's like a grocery store, and then they also have a restaurant, Marche. But I like Marche Provisions for getting drinks and snacks for my hotel room. So that's my recommendation, or maybe they're staying in an Airbnb. And then I like the Marche bar they make holiday cocktails and they decorate it really cute. So we always go there. And then there's a secret speakeasy that we go to that's in the Gordon Hotel. And it's called 86, but you look for the janitor's closet, and if the red light is on, then you can go in, and it's really beautiful and cute. And you just sit at the bar. Like there's like maybe 2 tables, but you sit at the bar, and the bartender will just make you a cocktail based on like what you like. It's very fun. And then the 2 fave restaurants that we go to every time. So one's called Meiji. It's an izakaya. They do Japanese small plates and Japanese whiskey, but they make these miso mushrooms that I really love, and then this fried rockfish that we get every time. And then there's a place it used to be called Party Downtown. Now it's called Party Bar. But Megan, I think you would really like this place because I go there for the sides. Like they do this like skillet cornbread. They do a fried chicken, but they do these butter beans with all of these herbs. And then they do these smoked JoJo's. It's so good and it's so fun. And they source from all of our local farmers. So like, farmers you guys would know, like Groundwork Organics and all of those places. So their side menu is always like seasonal based on what's around. So we've had these like crazy, like, cauliflower steaks, but they'll do things sort of with a little Southern twist on it.
Nice.
So those are my Eugene recommendations.
Thanks, Sarah. We could probably keep talking about this for another 30 minutes, but I wish we could. So this week's Joy Scouts recipe has nothing to do with Portland restaurants, but it is holiday appropriate, I think. I mean, it's not holiday themed, but anyway, it's the recipe for Kai, which is Kai on page 10. So it's a beverage. It is like a hot chocolate. And I think your dad came up with it, or your dad read about it, John?
Yeah, I feel like he was reading some sort of, it was either a novel or like some sort of history book where it was describing like Royal Navy rations, and like, yeah, I guess this is something it's a beverage that was made from like the rations that like a Royal Navy ship would have, that would keep people warm
And awake
yeah,
at night.
like
The whole
during-
night.
Right.
So it's kind of a hot chocolate, but it has, what does it have in it? It has condensed milk and optional custard powder or malted milk powder. And then optionally, you can add rum or coffee. So choose your poison. It is delicious, though, and it's very easy to make. It's really quick. So the recipe is Kai on page 10. Let us know if you make it. Tag us on Instagram at The Joy of Cooking. We would love to see what you make. If you have a cooking question or joy story to share, call our hotline at 503-395-8858. Leave us a message or send us a text. We'd love to hear from you. Sarah, can you please read or play the next caller question?
Hi, friends. I'm a planner, and I'm going on a huge backpacking trip this summer. Freeze-dried pre-made meals are really expensive. Any suggestions or joy recipes that are lightweight, easy to pack, and affordable?
I love that question. We will tackle that one next week. All right, what's everyone cooking this week?
It's a busy week at work for me. So it is one of those weeks where I'm like, whatever we have in the deep freezer, or whatever is easy. Tonight it's like tortellini soup.
Love that.
Yeah, which we haven't done them very much at all. And it might
Yeah,
go on
we
that
haven't
list
either.
of like things to make more often. So simple, no big plans this weekend. Maybe I'll have like a cooking Sunday.
That sounds nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just getting my holiday baking in. I've made my fruitcakes, but they are getting doused in rum once a week. I just did it on Sunday. I'll do it maybe one or two more times. I've been tasting them to see when they're at the right level of rum, but they're smelling really good. And then I made Lebkuchen dough that needs to be baked. So Lebkuchen is just like it's like a German spiced cookie, but they're best when you age the dough for a while. So I will probably bake those in like a week or week and a half. It just allows the flavors to kind of marry. Like there's a lot of spices in there, so the flavor kind of permeates the dough and gets really just nice and cohesive. And then once you bake them, you can keep them around for like months. I've done it. I've tried. So that's my holiday baking so far. What about you, Coco?
Well, I just finished cooking through all 10 weeks of my book. Leading up to publication, I was like, oh, I should probably, give myself a refresher course on what all of these weeks looked like. So now it's like,
Whatever you want. You
Yeah.
can make whatever.
seat of the pants cooking this
Yeah.
week. And my daughters are on a major hot chocolate kick. So every kind of hot chocolate you can imagine. I recipe tested like a chocolat chaud earlier this week and diluted that by about 3 times, and it was still super chocolatey. So we have it as like the base in our fridge. Just like whatever is easy. Yeah, and possibly my husband will be heating up some things as well.
That sounds great. Maybe you can try the Kai recipe minus the rum or coffee.
Yes.
Just make it without that.
Yes.
What about you, John?
Well, we're going to a celebration of Radicchio, so I know that there's going to be some fancy chicories for sale at this event, this Sagra de Radicchio. So yeah, I'm hoping to score some puntarelle. I've been pronouncing it wrong for so long. Now I don't trust myself. But yeah, we have like this little grid for like shredding the puntarelle.
Yeah, puntarelle gets cut in a very specific way, and you need this little. I mean, you can do it by hand, but it takes forever. So there's this little tool that costs like $5 that you can just shove the greens through, and it turns them into ribbons. And then you put them in ice water, and they curl a little bit. So it's kind of fun.
I do it by hand, and I'm like, this is annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah, we purchased it.
Oh, that's a good
Yeah,
point.
that's
Elsie.
okay.
Yeah. I think they have them at Wellspent Market. So it's the first time we're using that. So I'm excited to finally use the one-purpose tool.
And Coco, before we wrap, where can listeners follow you?
You can follow me on Instagram at Coco Morante. That's probably where I post the most often. Facebook.com/Instant Pot recipes if you are like all Instant Pot all the time and you want to check out that specific content. And then, yeah, that's basically where you can find me in my blog, leftyspoon.com.
Cool. We'll put links to all of those in our show notes. Thanks for listening to the Joy of Cooking podcast. Before we go, show some love for your favorite podcast by subscribing to the show and leaving us a review. Follow us at joyofcooking.substack.com and on Instagram at thejoyofcooking. Stay tuned for next week where we'll talk about backpacking recipes. And don't forget to make this week's recipe Kai on page 10. Call in with questions, hopes, history, or where you find joy in the kitchen. Our number is 503-395-8858. That's 503-395-8858.
And we couldn't do this without our fantastic team at the Joy of Creation production house. Thank you to Dave Drusky, our production coordinator, Haley Bowers, our audio engineer, and Sarah Marshall, our producer.
If you love the stories we bring you each week, please consider supporting us on Patreon. As an independent media company, your support is absolutely essential. It allows us to continue creating high-quality professional episodes that amplify the voices of women, small business owners, writers, artists, and creatives, and keep their stories free from commercial pressure. By becoming a Patreon member, you're not just supporting us, you're investing in the future of independent media. Please visit patreon.com/The Joy of Creation Production House to join our community today. Thank you for listening and supporting our podcast dreams.